What's up guys, I'm Noah Cooper with Athletic Body Systems. Today we're talking about an underrated shoulder exercise, and that is the behind the neck press. So I've seen some stuff on the internet about how people talk about how this exercise can be kind of dangerous. It's got a little bit of controversy behind it. I've been doing this exercise for a few months now, and I think it's really made a difference in my shoulder training. It's helped me get a stronger overhead press, and my shoulders are pain-free. I know a lot of coaches and stuff that use the behind the neck press, and they say it's perfectly safe. So I don't really think that this exercise is dangerous. I don't think there really is a dangerous exercise. I think that there's just a right and a wrong way to go about your training. You know, if you're trying to do too much too soon, then maybe it can be dangerous for you. If you're somebody who doesn't have the greatest shoulder mobility, then you might have to make some tweaks to this exercise, but we're gonna go over all that. I'm gonna get into why this is such a great exercise. We're gonna talk about the benefits, we're gonna talk about how to perform it, and why I just freaking love this lift. So despite what you might see on the internet, I know you watch like Instagram reels and people are like, follow along with the shoulder workout, and it's always like some pink dumbbell lateral raise variations and like some kind of weird twisty crap. Look, lateral raises and upright rows and stuff, they're fantastic, okay? They're amazing shoulder exercises, but overhead pressing variations, that's where you're gonna build the most of your shoulder mass, all right? Because as a natural lifter, size and strength are gonna go hand in hand. If you get a stronger overhead press, you're gonna have big shoulders. I don't know anybody, any natural lifter with big shoulders with a weak overhead press. So one of the reasons that I like the behind the neck press is because I think it's actually easier to set up than just a regular overhead press. With the overhead press, right, you gotta get into it. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Regular overhead press, you gotta like make sure that you've got your head back because you wanna get your head out of the way. You don't wanna be smacking your chin with the bar. You gotta like get your elbows in the right spot, right? You gotta make sure that you actually drive your head forward and finish the lockout at the top. And it's not that it's a difficult exercise, it's just, I think if you do a behind the neck press, it makes it so much simpler. All you gotta do is set up like you're in a squat position, so I'll demonstrate right now. All you do is you put the bar on your back like you're gonna do a squat. Take a comfortable stance, deep breath. Personally, guys, I think that is so much easier than just a regular overhead press. All you do is you set the bar on your traps like you're gonna do a squat, and you just explode up, control it back down. Now, we talked about shoulder mobility earlier. I think if you can bring the bar all the way down to your traps like you're doing a squat, that's fantastic. The way that your arms are kind of positioned, you might get a little bit more stretch on the side delts. I feel like whenever I do this exercise, it's working the entire delta weight a little bit better than it is with an overhead press. I don't want to say better, I just think it's maybe a little bit different. I will say though that no other shoulder exercise gives me a pump like the behind the neck press. When I'm done with like a set of 10 on this, I step away from the bar and I feel like I've got a pump in my shoulders like a freaking leg pump. It's insane. I like doing the sets of like 10 to 15 on this exercise to really get a good shoulder pump. And I've just been trying to get stronger like I have with every other exercise, but I freaking love the way that this feels. If you don't have the greatest shoulder mobility and you find that trying to bring the bar all the way down to your traps is hurting, then of course don't keep trying to do it that way. Obviously, whenever you start a new exercise, you want to start light, okay? If you have to start with just the bar and then slowly work your way up, I would rather you do that than see you try to put on a bunch of heavier weights right off the bat. Always start slow, take smaller steps whenever you're trying something new. If you do struggle with shoulder mobility and the light weights are still not helping you really get used to the movement, even with that extra range of motion, then I would say it would be fine if you only brought the bar to like right here instead of bringing it all the way down to your traps. Just do whatever you're comfortable with. If you're gonna do like a shortened range of motion like I'm talking about, then it might be a good idea to do this off of pins in the rack. That way you can standardize the range of motion, or you bring it down and you add a pause. That way you don't have to like guess if you're using a lot of momentum. So you know exactly where you're stopping each time. It's just gonna be a little bit safer. As with everything, guys, always just try it, see how it works for you, see how it feels. You know, if you have to make some modifications, that's perfectly fine. But I really think this is an awesome shoulder exercise. It's helped me get my overhead press stronger. So I've been doing this on a separate day from when I normally train shoulders. So I've got that added frequency and volume thrown in there. So I'm not gonna say it was just this lift that helped me get my shoulders bigger and my overhead press stronger, because I do think, you know, having a little bit more volume and frequency can kind of play into that as well. But I do really think that there is something to this exercise, so give it a try, guys, if you haven't already. Really love this exercise. Let me know how it works for you, and That's pretty much all I've got for you in today's video. So if you like this video and you found this video helpful and you want to see more like this, as well as other exercise tutorials and some workout vlogs, go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss out on the gains, and follow me on Instagram at Athletic Body Systems. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Y'all have a great day.